Cabrillo Theatre Arts spring production brings Fortinbras to the stage. Backstage at Cabrillo's Theatre Tuesday night, student actors were buzzing with excitement as they tried on their costumes and prepared for their first dress rehearsal. The minutes are ticking down as they approach the culminating moment of their rehearsal and performance class. This year, Robin Aronson is directing Fortinbras, a play by Lee Blessing, and it opens this Friday, April 11th at Cabrillo's Black Box Theatre. Fans of Shakespeare are sure to enjoy the inside jokes of a play that starts right after the final scene of the famous tragedy Hamlet. Aronson states, however, that it's not really necessary to know Hamlet because the play speaks for itself. Written in 1991, Blessing's script uses modern vernacular and includes modern references. Hamlet, for example, is trapped inside of a TV. It is a play Aronson describes as being very timely because, quote, a new ruler comes to power and decides to make up a whole new story that sheds a positive light on him as a kind of savior, end quote. It is a play about political deceit, but a comedy. Aronson says, I just felt like if there's ever a time that we need to be laughing in the darkness, this play could shed some light. As for the creative direction of the play, Aronson opted for an Elizabethan-esque look to give the student actors an opportunity to imagine what it might have been like to live and move in the more formal styles of Shakespeare's era, and to embody that experience. The costumes are beautiful and transformative, designed by Maria Crush, who wanted the costume design to look elegant and pretty, despite being all over the place in terms of period. Crush is a longtime costume designer for Cabrillo and was there making sure the actors all had everything they needed for their first dress rehearsal. In describing the artistic motivation behind the long hours and demanding schedule, Crush states, the drive is strong enough to keep you doing it. You have to. In the play, many of the characters from Hamlet return as ghosts. Blessing uses this device to show different sides to many of the famous characters, including Ophelia. Electra Schrader found in this rewriting of Ophelia a tremendous creative opportunity. For a character who in Hamlet is almost entirely defined by the men in her life, Ophelia in Fortinbras is greatly transformed. Schrader states that her character finds her own autonomy and sense of voice and independence. Schrader thinks that it's really important to have tragic female characters represented as being empowered. Speaking of her experience learning the part, Schrader states, it's been so fun and freeing. I got to explore the character and in turn myself through the complex emotions in the scenes. I think it's really philosophically interesting. For Ian Grant, starring as the titular Fortinbras, Hamlet has a special significance. My grandfather is a retired English professor from San Jose State University, and he used to take me to the Oregon Shakespeare Festival every summer. A theater major at Cabrillo College, Grant signed up for the class without really knowing that he would be acting in a production by the end of the course. He thought that it was just going to be a class about rehearsal and performance, and when he learned that he had to audition just to be admitted to the class, he freaked out and came back for the second day of auditions with a 2-minute monologue prepared that won him the role. As far as potentially acting in a Shakespeare play, Grant said, I would love to do that. Aronson's rehearsal and performance class is teamed up with Skip Epperson's class on backstage production for this show. Under his direction, students built the sets and will run the backstage crew, including lighting and sound. This Friday, theatergoers will have the opportunity to experience the fruits of their collective labor as Fortinbras opens with as Fortinbras opens with Elizabethan-esque costumes, reimagined characters, and passionate acting that is sure to inspire both laughter and reflection.